Carol, or better known as Cutesexyeyezz. You've probably seen my videos of my bearded dragon buddy. Well, today I'm out in the garden while it's still nice and dry and light. I'm going to sort out all of the bird feeders for all the wild birds and other wildlife that I feed that comes in the garden. Peanuts, which the birds like, especially at this time of the year because it's still classed as winter and they need the fat that they get from peanuts and also from suet, which gives them the energy that they need to sustain themselves throughout the winter months. We have mixed bird seed, which can be fed to any type of birds. All birds will eat that. If you want to attract your finches or robins and other smaller birds into your garden, then the Robin Energy Blend, which contains a variety of little pieces of nuts and various seed, sunflower seeds, sunflower hearts, they attract all your smaller, more wilder species of birds. They also, another good one to feed is your suet coated peanuts. They're high energy, again for this time of the year. Also, it's very time consuming as you need to keep up with your feeders. That's another bag of that because I feed a lot of birds. This is another one which will also get your finches and other rarer breeds in, which is niger seed. This is a big favourite with all birds, and these are dried mealworms, which birds love. So as you can see, you need a variety of food. I also hang fat balls up, which birds like to peck at, which again gives them the fat and that they need to sustain themselves throughout the winter months. I have various feeders throughout the garden. The metal house feeder, again, has a good size roof, lifts off for easy feeding. The plastics come out for easy cleaning, and you have the grids here with the troughs at either side, and then you have 2 portholes, one at either side. So that gives you 4 feeding stations for birds, and this can be filled with any type of feed. You can use the niger seed, the Robin blend, your mixed seed and mealworms to attract a variety of different birds to your garden. Always put them high up and somewhere fairly well hidden, as birds don't like being too much out in the middle of a garden. They prefer it somewhere where it's a bit more shaded, where they feel more protected, and then they will feed at ease. Also protects them a bit more from the likes of cats, etc. Fat balls can be hung on branches where the birds have got a chance to balance to eat at the fat there. You can also use these type of feeds, which are plastic with the metal for putting peanuts in. This one unfortunately is seen better days where it's been chewed by squirrels, and this is what squirrels do. They will gnaw away at the plastic to try and get a way in to drop all the nuts out, so because squirrels adore peanuts. So you can get feeders that are squirrel proof, but they are expensive. But this one actually, I've had about 3 years, has defeated the squirrels so far, and that needs refilling up. Then I like to feed all the bigger birds that come down on the ground, and I have a tray down here which at the moment is virtually empty, and it's just stood on a little old metal tray which is pushed into the ground, and we'll just chuck that bit down there and refill that. That keeps okay, it's metal and it won't rot the food, so you can stand that either straight onto your grass or raise it up off the ground slightly. We have another feeder for peanuts. This is more secure against squirrels because it's metal completely. Has a good roof, comes over it, rain doesn't get in. These are the plastic feeders you can use for seed. Fortunately the peg at that side has been broken off, but again your smaller birds can feed from these. Again, high up, away from cats, away from other predators, and again another fat ball hung up so birds can balance on the top of there and eat from that. I usually spend round about, let's expensive. I think about £5 a week on feed, but there again I do feed quite a lot of variety. If you don't wish to feed all that much variety, then your basic seed for 2.5 kilos of seed is about £2, £2.50 to £3, depending on which one you use. I use 2 varieties together, which gives the birds everything they need. There's the split peas, you've got your maize, you've got your corn, your sunflower seeds, which are the black ones, sunflower hearts, maize. Your peanuts are about, again, £2, £2.50. And then you've got the robin blend, costs 80p a bag, but will depend on whereabouts you live and which pet shop you use as to how much they charge. So, but I pay 80p a bag for mine, and about £1 a bag for the Niger seed. The mealworms are more expensive. They're, for that size, that's 90 grams, that's £2.99. But you don't have to feed them if you don't wish. The suets, this is a fruit one, fruit suet. You can also get one that has bits of insect in. I have now refilled the tray for the ground feeding birds, which, as you can see, has a mixture of feeds on it, from ordinary red peanuts to the suet coated peanuts, which they like in this weather, mixed seed and mealworms, and fruit suet, which gives them energy. Then I've introduced a new feeder today, which is the wood house, which has mixed seed at the top, Niger seed in the middle, and the robin blend at the bottom. And this has the group feeders on either side, front and back, and the birds can feed quite happily on there. The feed won't get wet because the roof juts out. It will take the birds maybe a couple of days when a new feeder is introduced in a garden before they will actually feed from it, as they're not quite sure what it is. Once they realise it's food in there, then they will come. And the major thing to remember when you start feeding birds is that you must keep on feeding them. If you don't, then they won't come back to your garden. But if you want to see a lovely variety of birds throughout the year, then if you're willing to put in the time and effort, as I said, to buy your feeders and buy your feed each week, you will get many hours of pleasure sitting and watching all the different varieties of birds. If you get yourself a book, you can pick some books up in charity shops quite cheap on birds, all your wild species, and you can sit and see if you can name what they are. And that's it for now. I don't need to refill the peanut feeders because they're still halfway down. And so everybody has been fed for today, and I am now going to retire back in the house where it's a little bit warmer. So if you like what you've seen and you're interested, please rate and comment this video and subscribe if you'd like to. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask them. I'll try and answer whatever I can. Thank you very much.